Coming to the second last theorem, which is the Norton's theorem. These are all using the AC circuits or AC sources, you can say. Norton's theorem. Straight away coming to the problem, it tells obtain current I naught using Norton's theorem. Diagram given is 5 ohms, 5 ohms, then 8 ohms, minus J2 ohms, 4 angle 0 ampere, plus minus 50 angle 90, 10 J4. Here you have A 20 ohms, J 15 ohms. This is B and I naught is flowing through this. So we need to find the value of I naught using Norton's theorem. So first we need to find IN and RN, but there are no dependent sources, so straight away our normal method of calculation of IN. I'll redraw the circuit. For angle 0, and for finding IN, this will be shorted and the current I'll write it as IN between A and B. 10 ohms, J4 minus J2, 8 ohms. We need to find IN. So for that I'll assume I1 in mesh 1, I2 in mesh 2 and I3 in mesh 3. So first I'll apply KVL to the super mesh. Super mesh is starting from this point, going here, this will become my super mesh because there is a current source in between. So KVL to super mesh. It will give me minus 5I2. I'm starting from here. Minus 5I2 minus 10 plus J4 into I3 minus I1, that is this, then 8 minus J2, since this is minus J2, into I2 minus I3 equals to 0. On simplification, you should get this as 10 plus J4 I1, 13 minus J2 I2 minus 2 plus J6 I3 equals to 0, calling this as equation number 1. Now I can say from figure the current source, you can say I3 super mesh will give you two equations, so I3 minus I2 will be 4, or I can say I3 is 4 plus I2, equation number 2. Then KVL to mesh 1, KVL to mesh 1, that is this. It will give me, this is nothing but J50. So I can say J50 minus 8 minus J2 into I1 minus I2 minus 10 plus J4 into I1 minus I3 equals to 0. So after simplification you should get it as 18 minus J2 into I1 plus 8 minus J2 into I2 plus 10 plus J4 into I3 is equal to minus J50, calling this as equation number 3. Now I'll substitute 2 in equation 1, that is instead of I3 I'll substitute 4 plus I2. So substituting 2 in 1 will give me 10 plus J4 into I1 minus 13 minus J2 into I2 minus 2 plus J6 into 4 plus I2 equals to 0. So after opening or simplifying, 10 plus J4 into I1 minus 13 minus J2 into I2 minus, simplifying the bracket, 8 plus 2 times I2 plus 24 J plus 6 or J6 I2 equals to 0. So we'll get 10 plus J4 I1 minus 13 minus J2 I2 minus 8 minus 2 times I2 minus 30 J into I2 equals to 0. So finally the equation what you should get after simplifying or taking I2 common, you should get it as 10 plus J4 into I1 minus 15 plus 28 or J28 I2 equals to 8. Now I am calling this as equation number 4. So we have found, we have substituted 2 in 1. Now I'll substitute 2 in 3. Now substituting 2 in 3. This is I have got by substituting 2 in 1. Now I substitute 2 in 3. Now what is 2? 2 is nothing but the value of I3, which is 4 plus I2. This I am substituting in equation number 3. So it will be minus 18 minus J2 into I1 plus 8 minus J2 I2 plus 10 plus J4. Instead of I3 I'll put 4 plus I2 is equal to minus J50. Now simplifying, minus 18 minus J2 into I1 plus 8 minus J2 into I2, and after opening the bracket you will get 40 plus 10 I2 plus 16J plus J4 I2 is equal to minus J50. So it after simplification, 18 minus J2 I1 plus, I'll open this bracket also, 8 I2 minus J2 into I2 plus 40 plus 10 I2 plus 16J plus J4 I2 is equal to minus J50. Now taking the I2 terms common from this, you have all the I2 terms, plus 40 will go on the other side and this 16J will also go on the other side. So on the LHS you will have 18 minus J2 into I1 plus 18 plus J2 into I2 is equal to minus 40 minus 66J, calling this is equation number 5. Now we need to solve it by the determinant way. You can say 10 plus J4 minus 15 plus J28 minus 18 minus J2, 18 plus J2, I1, I2 is equal to 8 minus 40 minus 66G. Now from this, if we find the value of I2, we can find the value of I3. So first I'll find the determinant of this, or I can say my I2 will be delta 2 upon delta. So I need to find delta and delta 2. So for finding delta, I'll find the determinant of this matrix J4 15 plus J28, 18 minus J2, 18 plus J2. So determinant will be 10 plus J4 into 18 plus J2 minus 15 plus 28J into 18 minus J2. So on simplification, opening the bracket, you should get it as 180 plus 20J plus 72J minus 8 minus 270 minus 504J plus 30J minus 56 is equal to 0. On simplification, you will get delta as minus 154 minus 382 G. So we have found delta. Now we need to find delta 2, that is, we eliminate this, we put this over here, and we find the value of delta 2. So to find delta 2, I'll have 10 plus J4 8 minus 18 minus J2 minus 40 minus 66J. So I'll find this 10 plus J4 into minus 40 minus 66 plus 8 into 18 minus J2. So on simplification, you should get it as 8 minus 836J. So now I can find I2 as delta 2 upon delta. So it is 8 minus 836J upon minus 154 minus 382J. So it will give me 2.029 angle 22.5 degree ampere. So I have got the value of I2. Now I can find the value of I3 as 4 plus I2, which will give me 5.925 angle 7.529 amperes. So I've got the value of I3. Now I need to find the value of Z. This is nothing but the value of IN. Now in order to find the value of Zn, I'll redraw the circuit by shorting the current sources and opening the shorting the voltage sources and opening the current sources. So 10 ohms, J4, J2, 8 ohms, 5 ohms. This will be shorted. Here you will have open circuit because the current source is open circuited, and here you need to find the equivalent resistance. Now this is nothing but a short circuit branch in parallel with impedance. So if I redraw this branch, it looks like a short circuit branch, and then you have this combination. So 8 minus J2, 10 J4. So a short circuit branch, and then here you have 5 ohms. and then we need to find the equivalent resistance. So short circuit branch in parallel with resistance, maximum current will flow through this, and this entire branch will be redundant, so we need not consider this branch. So your equivalent resistance for Zn will only be 5 ohms. So the Norton's equivalent circuit, to find the current I naught, Norton's equivalent circuit will be a current source in parallel with the Zn and the resistance which was open circuited. So here you have your IN, which is 2.029 angle 22.5 degrees ampere, Zn which is 5 ohms, and this was the open circuited load, say Z, I'll call this as Z L, which is 20 plus J15. So I need to find the current flowing through the load. So say I naught will be In into Zn upon Zn plus Zl. This is current division rule. So this will give me the value of I naught. In I have, when I substitute these values over here, then it can give me the value of I naught. So it will be 5 point your In. Oh, this is I2. Your I naught is, In is not 2.0, it is In is 5.925 angle 7.529 degrees ampere. So you have 5.925 angle 7.529 into Zn 5 upon 5 plus 20 plus J15. So on simplification you should get the current as 1.016 angle minus 23.43 degrees ampere. So this is the value of the output current. Now this again you can do it on the calculator. First simplify this. So on simplification, this value will be 25 plus J15, convert it into the polar form. So you can straight away do it in the calculator. 5.925 angle 7.529 into put the brackets 5 upon 25 plus 15 I, if you put and say equal to, it will give you in the rectangular form, say shift to 3 equal to, will give me 1.016 angle minus 23.43. So this is how you do it. Again I'll show you how it is done. In this case 5.925 angle 7.529 into brackets, I'll put 5 upon 5 plus 20 plus 15 I, bracket close, put equal to, this is rectangular form, then put shift 2 3 equal to, it will give me 1.016 angle minus 23.43. This is how you can do the calculation.